Good evening, everybody. Good evening, family and friends. Thank you for showing up via FaceTime if you couldn't be here in person. So today, I'll be convincing you guys on world peace and why it's much needed. So I'm gonna pose a question to you. Have you ever wondered why we're always in turmoil? Every day on the news is always some bad news. We never have good news on the news. It's always something bad happening in the world, whether that be here in the United States or overseas. It doesn't matter. It's always some bad news. So we need to change that. We definitely need to change that, guys. Enough is enough. So I'm gonna pose to you this as well. We can change it in our own internal environment as well as sharing it with the outside as well. So we can start off by using productivity. And I guess y'all are like, what are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about production as far as the benefits of what it could bring. If we had world peace, if we worked as a unit, imagine this. There's no such thing as currency. So there's no need for money. Imagine how much that would take off as far as stress amongst people if we just work together and build our environment just off the near fact that we can create unity amongst all and create the best we can possibly as far as our neighborhoods, as far as our schools, and the rest of our environment as well. It would skyrocket. It would definitely skyrocket. Productivity would definitely skyrocket, guys. So you just have to think about it like that. And then on top of that, imagine sharing goods as well. No one would go hungry. Imagine everybody working together. There wouldn't be any homeless. It wouldn't be any sharing of goods that wouldn't benefit anybody. It would benefit us all if we just work together. So think about it like that as well. Now I'm going to transition over to the cultural values. And what I mean by that is this. As people, we normally don't associate with people that don't have the same values as we do. Some may get offended. But have you ever thought about changing your mindset to that as well? So we all have different religions. Yeah, we don't look at things the same. But instead of getting offended, maybe if we sat down and tried to understand each other's spiritual values and own personal values as well, we can come to some conclusion. Meaning, maybe what we've been taught, we can give to others, and what they've been taught, they can give to us. That's a lot. That's a lot to think about. If you just sat down and actually heard somebody out, you might understand a lot and might get a lot of new information that you never knew in the first place. That would cause peace as well. I know a lot of people, we fight over religion and what we believe in, and whether that be, whoever you believe your maker is, or whoever you don't believe it is. If we sat down and tried to understand the concept of what everybody's saying, I think that would definitely change a lot of our thought process. Another thing, peace and harmony. Peace and harmony, guys. So check this out. So imagine there were no killings. Yes, imagine if there wasn't any killings. There weren't homicides around the world. We see it all the time on the news. We see it all the time of the loss of a life due to some type of brutality, whether it be police brutality, whether it be a hate crime, it doesn't matter. We can change that by changing what we think of people. Stop being prejudiced towards, people that aren't like you, like I stated earlier. It's not a black or a white thing. It shouldn't be, at least. It doesn't matter what color you are, what gender you are, what sexual preference you have. It shouldn't matter at the end of the day. We all put our pants leg on one by one, just like the rest of each other. We all are the same. We come from the same cloth. And the sooner we get that through our heads, we can definitely have some progression in this world. And I just ask you to just sit there and think about that real quick. We'll give you like 10 seconds. I see your gears moving. I see your gears moving. So, now that you sat there and thought about that, think about that. Think about if we use that in the everyday environment. We would never get anything on the news. We would never get any of that on the news. You would never see any killings on the news, any homicides on the news. It would be beneficial towards us all. Because someone losing their innocent life isn't worth the woes that come with that. That affects a lot of people who are involved with that, whether that be family, friends, peers. It doesn't matter. That affects somebody at the end of the day when you lose a life. So I just ask you guys to think about that. Another thing I like to talk about, I like to give you guys some fun facts, right? So check this out. Check this out. My bad for the head. So, according to world data, there are over 400,000 homicides each year worldwide, and that's a rough number. So just imagine if we cut that completely, that would be beneficial towards us all. Another thing is this. According to Project Productivity, if we all work together, the economy would move up 10%. Now that's a huge, that doesn't sound like a lot, but I guarantee you that's definitely a huge amount from where we are today. I guarantee you that. According to Vision of Humanity, we also can move a piece by 43% if we have productivity in the world as well. If we work together, it will move up by 43%. Now that's a major number. I can guarantee you that. And also, this is a big one right here. So, in 80 countries, the peace has deteriorated by 99.7%. And in 81 countries, it has improved. Now those are some great numbers. Those are some great numbers that we can work on individually, as a group. We can all do this. So, I'm coming to my conclusion. I pose this question to you once again. If the world wasn't in turmoil, what would life be? Imagine the difference. Imagine the hard work we could put in to make sure that everybody is comfortable in this earth. I thank you guys for listening to me. That is my conclusion. Thank you.
I think he did good. The only thing that he needs to work on is presenting his visual aids, and that's pretty much it.
I think he did a good job. I just think he needs to speak a little louder. But besides that, I think he did a great job.
Absolutely.
think Kenneth did a real good job. He just needs to speak a little louder.